Wow, what a way to start a video. I'm going to show you exactly what happened with that at the very end of this video. But this particular video is going to be about riders with no skills or extremely low skill level and how they get turned around, how anybody can do it. It just takes some determination and, of course, technique. But before we go into that, take a look at this. This is the best combo special. It includes Ride Like a Pro, the book, Surviving the Mean Streets, the brand new Ride Like a Pro experience video, Ride Like a Pro on the Tail of the Dragon, and that's 2 videos, and Shortcuts to Riding Like a Pro, and we throw in a Ride Like a Pro patch. And how much is that, camera girl?
$84.75, ships out priority mail for a limited time.
We say limited time because we've had 3 increases in shipping just this past year, and we're about to get another one, so it's not going to be too much longer where we could eat the shipping for you. But if things are tight, maybe you know, that $5 a gallon is getting to you, we do have something for you as well. You can get these 2 videos if you want just these Shortcuts to Riding Like a Pro and Surviving the Mean Streets, 2 for $20 plus $5 shipping. Let's get on to the video now. I'm going to start with one of my toughest cases. This young lady had the will to learn. She had the desire, and that's really all she needed. She had no skills at all, was scared to death of leaning the motorcycle, but I was able to get her to come around to become a very good rider. It took 2 private lessons, about 4 hours, 5 hours of lessons, putting her on a bicycle, making the exercises gigantic, but eventually her light came on and she did some practicing on her own, and it's just an amazing turnaround. So proving that no matter how bad you are, how lacking in skills, if you have the will, I've got the way. You're going to see that next. Intersection we're in right now, she set it up at 22 feet wide by 36 feet long, and as you can see, she's doing much better. Somebody commented on the original video I did with her, and I'll link that video below, where it said this is what being afraid to lean your motorcycle looks like, because she was the poster child for being afraid to lean. And a lot of people were saying, you know, all the YouTube experts, that she needed a smaller bike, she needed to change a handlebar, she needed, all the experts, they really had no idea what they were talking about. And whatever good things they mentioned that she should do, of course, I already knew about it because I've been doing this for like 21, 22 years. And here we see Linda going through the slow cone weave with the cones at only 12 feet apart, whipping an 18-foot U-turn. That's something she couldn't even dream of prior to learning the proper techniques. It's just an amazing turnaround. Anybody can do it. If you got the will, I got the way. If you got the determination to become a highly skilled rider, you can do it. This is the offset cone weave that you saw her in the initial clip, just scared to death of leaning the bike even the slightest amount and having to duck walk it, and now she's whipping through it like she's been doing it all her life. She's now a safer rider, and she enjoys riding so much more. Now I'll introduce you to Bill. Bill rode for about 10 or 12 years, stopped for a while, and then got back into riding. And of course, he got the biggest, heaviest motorcycle he could find. And his skills were, well, virtually very much like Linda. There were no skills at all. He was riding on instinct, and your instincts are wrong. Now we're going to show you what happens just 4 weeks later. I gave him a private lesson, and of course, I turned it around for him. But one more time, he had the will. If you have a person who really doesn't care whether they ride well or not, and they just come to a class for the heck of it to see how well they do, it's not going to happen for them. About a month after the initial class, I offered Bill a one-on-one lesson. Now this is at a different location, and we're using the smaller cones, which I know are difficult to see here on the video, but the distances are just the same. In fact, here it's a little bit tighter. It's 22 foot wide by 36 feet long, and the improvement is really amazing. I'd like to say it's all due to my coaching, but it also has to do with the rider. If the rider really wants to become a much better rider, he can, or she can. This is maybe 2.5 hours of a private lesson, and he's actually now doing circles inside the legs of the intersection. So he's doing 24-foot circles, which prior to this he never dreamt he could possibly do. But he wanted to do it. I gave him the proper coaching. I told him just what he needed to do, how to correct his mistakes. And believe me, he's not perfect now, but he's at least 200% better rider than he was before. But here's the thing. Like I said, we're not going to find leaps and bounds and improvements. There are going to be little refinements that you make. Once you get the idea and you've gone through this course and now you want to get better and do it the best possible way, but these are small improvements that we get. This exercise is called the snowman. It consists of 3 circles, the first of which is 30 feet to the left, the second one is 26 feet to the right, and the last one is 24 feet to the left again. Now, this is something that really screws up a lot of riders because there's so many cones, and if you look down at the cones right in front of you, it's just not going to happen for you. You won't make it. You'll wind up riding out of the exercise. If you turn your head and only look at the key cones, in this case there are 2 in each circle, they're green. As soon as the rider gets near one, turns his head and eyes and looks for the next one, and he could easily make it through without running the cones over or riding out of the exercise. And Bill does a fine job. By the way, Bill is in his 70s, so he's no spring chicken, but he's still got it. Now take a look at this rider. This woman did not have a high fear level. She just needed, and she even knew what the techniques were, she just needed somebody to push her a little bit and have her use the techniques for maximum effect. And it worked very well. This rider just needed to get more aggressive, to pick up her speed a little bit and allow the bike to lean more. So I had her follow my wife through the intersection exercise, and my instruction was just stay as close to her as possible and constantly look at that rider in front of you, because wherever that rider was, that's where you need to be a split second later. It seemed to work very well. She picked up her speed a bit, she leaned a little bit further, and she turned her head and eyes a little bit quicker. Getting more aggressive helped her quite a bit in this exercise, as many people find this the most difficult because you have so many cones in a confined space. First circle again, 30 feet to the left, the next one is 26 feet to the right, and the last one is 24 feet to the left. And if you don't lean the bike, if you don't pick up your speed, and you don't turn your head and eyes quick enough, you're not going to make it. But she does all those 3 things and easily makes it through the exercise. Now here's the entire clip from what I showed you at the very beginning. The rider goes down, sucks in his clutch, and Indian riders, if you got one of their touring bikes and you tip it over, it will keep on going. The bank sensors do not work. Don't know why. I would think that they would have fixed this by now, but they haven't. So you better know where that kill switch is, or the motorcycle can just keep on going, and it might even run you over, as it almost did this rider. One more thing. I know you're going to ask, where did I get this helmet that matches perfectly to my Revival? Well, this is from superseer.com. You can get one there yourself, or any color really that you like.